Hey, phys ed folks, welcome to another edition of What's Going On in PE. So this is your video for the week of December 5th through December 11th. Okay, so real quick, fitness logs, they're due Wednesday. Well, they were due Sunday, yesterday, but I'm closing down the box Wednesday. So you have until that day to turn them in. Do not email them to me, please. Put them in the assignment box, okay? So, yeah. If you have any questions on that, let me know. You can also bring them to me. If you are a Mountain View student, you can bring them to me tomorrow. I'll be there from 8 to 12:15. You can bring the physical copy of that, and I'll grade it from there. Also, you can bring them to IQ. If you're an IQ student that has to come in to IQ, you can bring them in on Wednesday afternoon. Okay? Announcements. Please, please, please continue to turn in work. You can still get credit for Unit 3 and 4 work. Okay? I'm allowing for that because it was a tougher unit. And Unit 3 was, so I want you to make sure that you get that work in, okay? Unit 3 and 4. If you have questions, please email me, okay? But if you read the PowerPoints and watch the videos, it really helps you with your lab work, okay, and how to do the labs. The box for fitness logs, okay, I already said that. It's closed December 7th. 2 more weeks until winter break, so please don't stop now. I understand a lot of people are like, I'm just waiting for break. When break gets here, then I'll do my work. Well, I was really hoping that a lot of people would have got work done over Thanksgiving break. And, well, didn't go as planned. Okay, I sent out plans, individual plans to every student that was not passing PE to try to get them caught up. And I think only a couple people did. And I want to thank those people that did get caught up. That was awesome. But there's still a number of you that are not passing PE, and it really concerns me, especially if you're a senior. So parents out there, if you're listening to this video, please help your student get back on track, okay? And you students yourself, please get back on track, okay? It's not a hard class at all. There's not a lot of work in this class at all, okay? So you should, and over winter break is a good time to get work done, but don't wait for break. Finish all the way till break, so hopefully you can have a break. That's what break is. Break means break, okay? And so yeah, so just please make sure that you are working hard all the way till the end. And if you need a plan before break, or if you are not passing, I will send out plans again, okay? So you're starting your last set of fitness logs today. So 9 through 12 is starting, so we're almost done with those, okay? Last 115 points coming up. Excuse me. So please get that, start working on those, okay? And you will have time over break to actually get an extra weekend, okay? So do it. As always, I really appreciate everybody and their hard work in this class, okay? If you have yet to show me hard work, do it, okay? I believe in you. All right, today's objectives is I can explain why it's important to stay hydrated. Okay, huge. I can explain how you should exercise in different weather conditions. So we're going to talk about heat stroke and heat exhaustion and hypothermia. I can list ways to prevent injuries, so I may keep myself safe, and I can explain what RICE stands for, the acronym RICE. All right, your first discussion question is, why is staying hydrated so important? Okay, so why do you think it's important, regardless of whether you're an athlete or not, to stay hydrated? Okay, obviously athletes are going to need more water than people that are not athletic or not really working out, okay, but it's really important for everybody to stay hydrated, okay. Well, the importance is, on the next slide, is that the body is made up of 50 to 75% water, okay, so a lot of water. We're a lot of water. The human body can last weeks without food, but only a few days without water. Okay, since we can't store water, we need to replenish that water with fresh supplies every day to make up for the losses from the lungs, skin, urine, and feces. And if you work out from working out and sweating, or if you're not working out, maybe you're just out in the yard or you're, just hanging out, you're sweating, you're still losing water. You need to replenish yourself. Okay, water regulates your body temperature and lubricates your joints. Also helps transport nutrients to give you energy and helps to keep you healthy. If you're not properly hydrated, your body can't perform at its highest level. You may experience fatigue, muscle cramps, dizziness, rapid heart beat, lack of sweating, or dry mouth. Okay. If you are thirsty, you are probably dehydrated. So keep water with you at all times. If your urine is dark in color and has a strong odor, you are dehydrated. Okay, that's a sign of being dehydrated. If your urine is light yellow or consistently colorless, then you're properly hydrating yourself. Okay, the amount we need depends on our body size, metabolism, the weather, the food we eat, and our activity levels. Okay, so how much do you need? How much water should we drink? So there are no exact rules for how much water to drink. They used to say like 8 ounces, okay, 64 ounces of water a day. But it's going to depend on all those other factors that I just ratted off to you. Okay, so it's going to be different. You'll need to drink while exercising because you're losing a lot of water when you're exercising. You need to consider factors including your sweat rate. So are you a really profuse sweater? The heat and humidity. Humidity is going to take away your water, okay, and your body within your body because you're going to be sweating. And then how long and how hard you're exercising for. So here's an idea of how much you need. So drink 17 to 20 ounces of water 2 to 3 hours before you start exercising. Okay, drink 8 ounces of water 20 to 30 minutes before you start exercising. And I do know that in the morning I pound about 15 ounces of water, and then during the day I have 20 ounces that I'm drinking. So by noon I've drank another 20. So I've drank 35 ounces from 7 o'clock in the morning till noon. And then when I go right before I go work out, I fill up some more and I have some more. So yeah, drink that 8 ounces of water 20 to 30 minutes before you exercise or during your warm-up. Drink 7 to 10 ounces of water every 10 to 20 minutes during exercise. So when you're exercising, have some water with you and take small sips of water. And then drink 8 ounces of water no more than 30 minutes after you exercise. So have have another couple cups of water, 8 to 16 ounces of water after you exercise, okay, to replenish what you lost. Sports drinks, for most people, water is all that you need to stay hydrated, but if you are going to be exercising at a really high level and for long periods of time and in heat, okay, a sports drink such as like G2, Light Powerade, those might be really helpful for you because they're going to add calories and potassium and sodium, which is those are the electrolytes that you need, and to help you perform and stay hydrated. Okay, there's other you want to stay away from drinks that have too much sodium and high fructose corn syrup or too much sugar and caffeine. Okay, there are other ways to stay hydrated. There's things called Nuun tabs, Nuun. They're really good. I really like them, and they've helped a lot of my friends for like when we're in Vegas and we're not used to that heat. Pop those in 16 ounces of water, and it tastes delicious too. But it's really helped people stay hydrated and get the electrolytes you need. There's also Light Show, which is a type of electrolyte that I use. It has a very faint lemony flavor. Okay, but some people just say, oh, I don't like water, it tastes nasty, I don't like to drink it. But there are ways to make it taste better. You can use Nuun tabs, you can use Light Show, you can use different electrolyte drinks. Here's one, I put a recipe here, an Ion Boost replacement drink. You can take 32 ounces of water, 1/8 to a 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of apple juice. Okay, so, and a splash of cherry juice. Note, cherry juice is good for muscle repair, too. Okay, and the cherry juice should be like 100% juice. Okay, don't try to get like juice with a lot of sugar in it. It's apple juice as well. Get it 100% apple juice. Okay, 1 tablespoon of honey, and mix it all together and refrigerate till you use it. So that's a good Ion Boost drink. You can also take keep emergency packets in your workout bag or maybe in your car, glove compartment. So like when you're getting thirsty and you just don't want to drink water, you can take emergency. Plus you're getting a good dose of vitamin B. Okay. I add lemon to mine, and some people add cucumber to theirs as well for nice, cool, refreshing drinks. But I add lemon. I do the lemon in the morning and the lemon at night before bed. Okay. So that's a little bit on hydration and water. The other thing that we need to think of is moving into different weather conditions and how we can keep ourselves safe. So heat exhaustion and heat stroke. I've had heat exhaustion before. It's no fun whatsoever. Okay, and it happened when I was in Vegas. But your discussion question is, what are the symptoms of heat exhaustion and heat stroke, and how do you treat each one? Okay, so each one is treated a little differently from each other, and one's more extreme than the other. Heat cramps are painful, brief muscle cramps that occur during or after exercise or when you're working in a hot environment. Your muscles may spasm or jerk. I haven't had these yet. I'm not looking forward to having them ever. I've had cramping, but not heat-related cramps. Cramping may also be delayed and occur a few hours after you've worked out. Symptoms of heat cramp include painful muscle spasms in the legs, stomach, arms, and back. This cause is not 100% known, but it has been thought that they are caused by an imbalance of electrolytes. So if you're working or exercising in hot conditions or conditions that your body's not used to, it's very important to drink drinks with sodium and potassium in them so you can get those electrolytes back, okay? Heat exhaustion. Now, heat exhaustion are more serious than heat cramps. You can have salt depletion and water depletion with heat exhaustion, which can be really dangerous to you. Some symptoms are there's confusion, dark colored urine, which means you're dehydrated, dizziness, fatigue, nausea, pale skin, vomiting or diarrhea, rapid heartbeat, profuse sweating, muscle or abdominal cramps. Now, when I had heat exhaustion, I was in Vegas, and I was coughing really bad. I was kind of confused. I didn't really have any dizziness or any cramping, but I did have a little bit of like nausea. And I wasn't sweating that bad. I was sweating a lot at first, and then my skin became dry, and so it was almost to the point where I was getting heat stroke. But I had heat exhaustion. They took me out of the softball game that I was playing in because I actually literally let a ball go right by me in the outfield. I was kind of just like, and I kind of just watched it go by. My friend's like, "Are you going to get that?" I was like, "Get what?" And so heat exhaustion is not a joke. It's not something that you need to take lightly. So they took me out of the game. They put ice in my groin area, underneath my armpits. They gave me sunflower seeds to suck on and Gatorade to help me get salt back in my system and electrolytes. How to treat: immediately get the person out of heat and rest, preferably in an air-conditioned room, but that wasn't possible where we were. Get inside, try to find the nearest cool and shady place. Take a cool shower, bath, or sponge bath. Apply other cooling measures such as fans or ice towels, and drink plenty of fluids. Now, heat stroke is more serious. People can die from heat stroke. This is when your body temperature has gone to 104 or higher. Heat stroke requires emergency treatment. Untreated heat stroke can quickly damage your brain, heart, kidney, and muscles and may lead to death. The symptoms of heat stroke are high body temperature, confusion, agitation, slurred speech, irritability, seizures, and delirium. Skin is hot and dry to touch, nausea and vomiting, flushed skin, rapid breathing, rapid heart rate, and a headache. So there are some similarities, but there are also some differences, and the differences are what you need to know between the two, just in case if you're ever in that situation. So with this, you need to get the person out of the heat immediately, remove excess clothing, cool the person with whatever means available. Put in a cool tub of water or a cool shower, spray with a garden hose, sponge with cool water, fan while misting, wet towels on the head, neck, armpits, and groin area. Cool the person down as quickly as possible. You've got to get that temperature down. Okay. Exercising in the heat. So this is your discussion question. When you are going to exercise in the heat, so when we have our summers here, they're pretty hot. What can you do to keep yourself safe? I want to see at least 3 ways to keep yourself safe when you're exercising in the heat. And, of course, the next slide has some answers for you. So try to exercise in the morning, in the early morning, or in the evening, so you're missing the hot part of the day. And then when the sun is not, like, at its peak, okay? Don't forget that increased humidity increases the relative temperature, or how hot it actually feels outside. You may need to decrease the intensity of your workout. Okay, maybe go for less time. Okay, wear lightweight, light-colored, loose-fitting clothing. You also want to wear a material that is like a moisture wicking to wick away the moisture and not keep it trapped. Okay, such as a cotton or dry fit that actually will absorb it. I mean, it'll absorb that stuff. So, okay, don't forget to wear sunscreen and a hat when exercising outdoors. Even on overcast days, you can still end up with a sunburn, which I've had plenty of those. Drink plenty of fluids before, during, and after the exercise, okay? And stop when you're tired. And if you're starting to feel a little faint or dizzy or lightheaded, stop. That's a good stopping point right then and there. Call it quits. Don't be afraid, okay? Hypothermia, so how not to get hypothermia. Now, hypothermia is on the other end of the spectrum, so now we're too hot, now we're too cold, okay? So this is when you're, like, really, really working out in the cold weather like we have now. Hypothermia is a medical emergency that occurs when your body loses heat faster than it can produce it and your body drops below 95. 98's body temperature. If it drops below 95, you're on the verge of hypothermia. So how to prevent hypothermia? You need to wear clothing that will keep air in but let sweat out. Avoid heavy cotton sweats or tightly woven clothes that retain or absorb water. Layer clothing so you can add or remove. Keep your hands and feet warm to avoid tissue damage. Don't let, sorry about that. Tissue damage. Keep your head warm. Up to 50% of your heat can be lost through your head. Okay. I have to delete this. Sorry about that. Be wary of any skin exposure. Okay. When the temperature is below 20 degrees. You don't want to lose your fingers or your toes, okay, because then you get frostbite. If the air is uncomfortable to breathe because of the cold, try warming it by putting a mask on. Okay, you've seen people with those little funky masks that go over. Okay, it's really funny when you like are in really cold weather and like if your nose is dripping at all, it freezes. Like when I worked on the boat in Alaska, it was pretty funny. I went into a flash freezer and yeah, it like froze anything that was on my face. It's kind of funny. So that's how not to get hypothermia. Muscle soreness. Muscle soreness is going to happen. You work out. If you work out muscles that haven't been used before, they're going to be sore. Okay, so we know proper warm-up, proper cool-down. Okay, warm up with those dynamic exercises such as going for a light jog or a walk, high knees, glute kicks, Frankenstein kicks, okay, squats, lunges, push-ups. Then when you're done, in order to alleviate muscle soreness, you're going to have some, but to help with that, stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Go for that light jog and then stretch. Okay? To help with muscle soreness, follow these steps. Stay hydrated, so making sure that you're drinking proper amounts of water to keep away those cramps and keep away those feelings of exhaustion. Stretching immediately after exercising, when your muscles are nice and warm, helps relax those muscles, okay? Ice or anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen, Advil can also have some effect in alleviating muscle pain, okay? So good way to help you relieve muscle soreness is those cool ice baths. So if you have a sore ankle or sore legs, get in a tub with ice water. It's cold, but it works. Injuries will happen. That's a part of life. So ways to prevent injuries. We can't prevent everything. You're going to get injured no matter what. Okay. There's just a part of life. Make sure you stay hydrated. These are all ways to prevent injuries. Stay hydrated. Wear the proper equipment when you're playing different sports, or wear the proper clothes when you're out working out, and the proper shoes. Make sure to know the rules and abide by them. Always warm up and cool down before and after an activity. Avoid playing when really tired or in pain, and rest. Okay, remember there's some rest in there. Some of you, I've seen your fitness logs and there's no rest days. Make sure you rest. Okay. RICE. What does RICE stand for? The acronym RICE. You probably already know it. You've heard it many times before. So you're going to need to tell me what RICE stands for. What does the R stand for? What is the I? What is the C? What is the E? And then when you should use it. When does RICE come into play? When do you need to use it? Okay. So RICE is rest, ice, compression, elevation. You can read about that. I'm going to leave that to you. Okay. So you want to rest it. You want to ice it. You want to compress it. And you want to elevate it above your heart. Okay. Wrap up. So we're done. This is it. One more lesson after this, and then we have a break. So keep in contact with your teachers, especially for monthly progress, or if you want to do any late work, don't just do late work and turn it in, because they may not accept it, and you've done all that work and spent that time, okay? Keep logging into your classes each week to avoid unexcused absences. This is huge. Most of our unexcused absences is because you haven't been logging in, so at least log in once a week to all your classes, okay? Do that. And make sure that you contact your teachers when they ask you. Work due this week, just 4.04 discussion, that's it. Okay, workout safety discussion. And your weekly goal. Now, this is harder because you can't really do your discussion and answer this one until basically the end of the week, because I want you to do max push-ups, max sit-ups, and max squats every day. So, like, every day, take a time during the day where you're just going to be like, oh, maybe you do your push-ups in the morning, your sit-ups at lunchtime, and then your squats at night before bed, okay? And I want you to tell me how many you did each day, okay? So, how many did you get each day? Just do max. One set, as many as you can do until you can't do any more, okay? That's your goal, weekly goal for this day. It's on the last slide of every PowerPoint, so make sure you pay attention to that. That's it. We're done. See you later. If I see you at Mountain View tomorrow, cool. If I see you at IQ, cool. See you Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Bye, guys.